So I don't know how common this is because I started personal training because my wife and family got it for me as a gift. And I wasn't sure which way, and I think I told you at the time, I wasn't quite too sure which way to take that. But it was about getting towards sort of my 50th birthday, trying to remain to be fit and having quite a lot of sort of failed experiences with going into gyms and sort of joining and then leaving, joining and then leaving. And it was felt that maybe that kind of more one-to-one regular sort of routine and working with somebody on my fitness would be advantageous, and I've stuck with it. So it's whereas I've left the gym, so that's obviously worked. Yeah, so the before I started personal training and the kind of impact of not doing regular exercise, I suppose, was one, it wasn't too bad, but just like more of a feeling of being quite lethargic, not feeling as confident in things like body image, starting to feel like a little bit of a lack of strength, and just that feeling of, I suppose, once you stop doing team sports and gym sports and some of those things, just feeling like almost like, well, that's it. I'm not doing those kind of sports anymore. So actually, just in a place where I felt like I needed to have something was missing, I suppose, and that if I didn't start to arrest that, I could see it sort of sliding in my health and just general fitness begin to decline. So what stopped me doing this originally was honestly comes down to a lack of drive, a lack of I don't have the commitment that say my brother has or my wife has around going to the gym and waking up really early in the morning and going out and doing those kind of things. I think the real difference that I have now is it's a real commitment. It's a commitment in terms of my time, your time, my family's money, ultimately, that I can't afford to just go, I'm too busy today, even though that there's a lot of days that I come in and I've running with my phone, haven't done my laces up, and I'm 2 minutes late. It's a commitment that I've made to come. And honestly, if I didn't have the personal trainer, I don't have the commitment that I would go. I wouldn't have gone to the gym most of those days. I think a lot of the time I'm just too busy. But it's a time. It's best part of an hour, and putting that time aside and making that firm commitment to do it is a real difference for me. Yeah. So I think the biggest difference from working with you as a personal trainer compared to going to the gym by myself is one around the commitment of going on a regular basis and holding myself to account and you holding me to account over things. But also I was sometimes perhaps using equipment and thinking, oh, that was good. And I'd come away and feeling like, oh, that was a good session. But I not maintaining it and not measuring myself and looking for constant improvement. Or quite often, to be honest, I go into the gym sometimes and I've moved myself. I've used that bit of kit, that bit of kit, that bit of kit, and I come away and feel like I've not really achieved anything. But I've been to the gym, and that's not wasn't very very fulfilling for me. So the real differences that I've had or I've experienced really since having personal training was there are some localized things where I had like injury management and reducing the chance of injury. So for example, the work we've done on the boxes and things like that's really stabilized my legs. So for things like running, I'm much more confident now that I'm not going to roll my ankle, hurt my knee, and things like that. So that's much better. I think actually in terms of my overall fitness, and I've got to get back into my running and things like that, but my overall fitness has definitely improved, and I feel much stronger and much more confident around my body than I did previously. So that's a real difference from what I had previously. Okay, so biggest wins and things I'm probably most proud of since I've been doing personal training. I'd say there's probably two things that stick out. One is I hadn't really worked with loose weights before, and working on deadlifts and just gently at first, but then building up and up and up. And when I got to three figures, when I got to the 100 kilos, which for me was just, it was a real landmark and something to really target and work towards. So that's something that I'm sort of most proud of, I'd say. The other thing that I'd say I'm probably most proud of is things like with my press ups and things like that, where I would be a bit wobbly and I'd struggle to maybe do a decent set. And now I routinely just go and do 3, 4 sets and fine. And the thing I suppose as a marker that I'm looking to achieve, but have the little setback with injury, but going to really try and do is to do a full pull up where it's myself and not assisted. And I got really close before and had the setback, but I've worked back through that. So I'm quite confident I achieve that before the end of the year. So before I started having personal training, I think I was member of one gym twice. So I was a member of Nuffield Health twice. I was a member of Trilogy 3 times, and the company that's now the Gym Group, I was a member of it twice, and I'm just one of those perfect examples, I think, of somebody who has good intentions, goes, and after 3 to 4 months drifts away and comes back. And I think this is the real difference that I've had. There's a reason, I suppose. It's just worked for me in terms of if you're that kind of person who doesn't have that commitment regularly around going to the gym and setting your own goals and being determined to do it yourself. I think it's a really good shout to engage a personal trainer like you, and that sort of helped me have that commitment to keep going, really.